Hello and welcome to On Campus, the new show for Millersville University's MUTV. I'm your host today, Nate Heater. Today we're going to be interviewing one of the star players from Millersville women's basketball team. We're going to be looking at some of the plays from this past college basketball game, and then we're going to be playing a game called Yes or No. So right now, I have one of the star guards named Celeste Robinson from Millersville women's basketball team right here to interview. How are you doing, Celeste?
Hi, how are you?
I want to thank you for being on the show first off.
Thank you for having me.
Before we came on, me and Celeste were talking about this. We came from the same area, and now we're back together interviewing. Perfect interview time. So first off, I want to ask, how did you get started in basketball?
When I was younger, I had a court at my house, so I've been playing since I could walk.
Ooh, a lot longer than me then. All right, so favorite team and your favorite basketball player right now?
I'm pumped that Duke just won, so I'll definitely say Duke. And I'm a big LeBron fan. I love him.
LBJ, LeBron.
That's my boy.
LeBron or Kobe? Come on, right now, pick one.
All right, Kobe is always going to be he's the GOAT. It is what it is, but I love LeBron.
All right, so let's get started with Millersville basketball. Now, you said you don't mind me reading off your stats. After coming on to Dan Zalewski's pregame show, you mentioned you had a double-double. But before I get to that, I want to mention some stuff. You have 322 points right now for 14 points per game, 146 rebounds for 6.3 rebounds per game. You're shooting over 500% from the field goal, and over 700% for free throws, 57 assists, 47 steals, and 18 blocks. That's just your stats. And you lead the team in points, points per game, field goal percentage, free throw percentage, steals per game. Seriously. And I also looked. If you're not number one, you're in the top 3 for every single category. I honestly do not know how you do that. I have not seen anyone put up numbers for a college basketball team like that in D2 in a long time. That just blows my mind with those numbers. I have to keep going. Honestly, my sister played basketball in college. She only played for a community college, but she did not put up those numbers. That's just amazing. Going back to your double-double quickly, though, what was going through your mind that game?
I don't even know. I was just playing the game, just trying to get the win at the end of the day, just playing with my teammates. You can't do anything without them,
Did you know you had a double-double, though, at some point? Did anyone tell you, or no one told you at all?
Absolutely not. I'm not too big on stats and stuff like that. I just kind of play the game for the love of it and for my teammates. So, I feel like when you focus on stats and you focus on everything that's going on around you, you're not going to be able to play how you need to. So.
All right then. Double-doubles, wow. I remember they were making jokes with you before about not getting a double-double. Hey, you silenced them right now. So, what do you think played a big part this year? Going back from your previous record, last season, to this season, what do you think was the big difference and why you're doing so well this year?
We pretty much have the same people that played last year to
Wow.
this year. So I think at the end of the day, we just band together as a team and we just decided, we're going to do whatever it takes to win. And we started playing together. We started getting kids off the bench that we know can contribute. And now we have one of the deepest benches, if not the most deep bench in the whole league. So.
It's always good to have a good bench.
Absolutely. Our bench points are crushing other teams. So.
That's awesome. Benches, in my opinion, benches win games a lot of the times. The starters are good, but if you don't have a good backup crew,
Absolutely.
You're not going to be able to play.
On top of it, we just decided that if our opponent isn't scoring, then you can't win the game. So we tightened up our defense and we started working more on just being a team as a whole.
Now, would you say offense or defense is your personal better game?
I love defense.
You love defense?
Yeah, I'm more focused on defense.
18 blocks and 47 steals.
I had no idea.
Well, now you know. What are your expectations for these playoffs right now?
We just want to win and go as far as we possibly can. Because, previously, we haven't gone very far in postseason in my experience here at Millersville. So it would be really nice to go as far as we possibly can.
Now, you are what year starter? Are you
Oh, I'm a redshirt junior.
You're a redshirt junior.
My senior year in the class, though.
So is this going to be your first time in the PSAC playoffs or not really?
No, we made it my freshman year, and we lost to Gannon on a buzzer beater, and them all year long. So it was
buzzer beater.
Yeah, all game long we outplayed them, and a buzzer beater killed us. So I'm excited to get back to where we were my freshman year and exceed that.
So now, is Gannon the team you want to face this year, or is there another team you're looking to face in the playoffs right away?
Well, we were excited to play Ship, but then we just killed them. So now we have a new target. Our new target is Westchester. They've always been a big rival for us, so it'll be exciting to play them. and to show what we're capable of, because the first time that we played them this season, we really didn't get off the bus. So it would be nice to show them what we're really about and show them what we're really made of.
All right, so you're saying Westchester right now,
Yeah.
and then is Gannon a close second then, or is it Kutztown?
For us, we lost to California, in the beginning of the season after outplaying them for 4 quarters. So that's who we really need to see right now.
Yeah.
In the end, definitely.
So how many points you putting up this postseason? Like, come on, how many?
I mean, for me, points are not really that. I just want to win the game, just to be there out there with my girls and our team, and just, just get the win.
You hear that? Team player, doesn't care about her stats, didn't even know her stats before she even came on. That is just star player right there. Well, you know that you're coming back for our 3rd segment, so I can't wait to see what you have to say about these college games. So when we come back, we're going to look at some plays with Matthew Smith and myself. So stay tuned. You're watching On Campus.
Bottle of vodka and a full toilet bowl.
Time to wake up. I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Don't forget, you've got a job to do today.
Hey, Mom. I got the job. Thanks.
Got the job. Welcome aboard.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
Hey, you got that script for me? Okay.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
.7 FM WIXQ, Millersville's #1 music source. The university's student-run radio station. Tune in daily to hear a variety of music beyond the top 40s. Want to be a DJ? All majors are welcome. Email operationsmanager@wixq.com for more information. Visit us online at wixq.com. 91.7 FM WIXQ, your #1 music source.
Welcome back to On Campus. I'm joined with Matthew Smith right here. How you doing, Matt?
Good.
All right, we're going to be looking at some of the plays that he picked out himself. First off, Virginia versus Duke. Matt, what do you got for us?
All right, roll the clip.
Gonna get out of the way as much as I can.
Yeah. All right, right here we have Virginia take the ball up and hold it. What are these two defenders doing? They're just chilling there. They figured he would just take the layup and make it. Roll the clip. You'll see what happens. Alley-oop, boom. That's what happens when you don't get back on defense. We got the drive by Ingram and slams it. I'll tell you what I don't like about Brandon Ingram very soon, because I think he's a ball hog.
Some of your best players are. What do you got now?
So Celeste is just giving me the look right now. All right, right here's the ball hog. Ready? Here is Ingram. The defender's coming out. You got Matt Jones, one of your best three-point shooters, wide open in the corner. Why not pass it? I mean, Ingram makes this because he's a good shooter, but why not pass it off? If I was Coach K, I'd be yelling at him right now.
I would be too.
I'd be so yelling at him.
Feels a little bit of bias though with you and Duke.
Yeah, but I'm a Duke fan.
I'm a UNC fan, so.
Get out of here. Okay,
Yeah.
roll it. Roll it. I'm tired.
I mean, the good thing is though he did make the shot.
He
though.
did make the shot. I will give him that.
Bad coaches know what that.
Just
whole-
keep rolling. My thing there is Plumlee was wide open in the paint. He
So-
could have easily, he posted up on everyone. He could have made that.
So you're saying that their big problem is that they're not finding the open guys right away.
Right away. I mean, Ingram does make the move. There was a nice three-pointer. Ingram scored 25 this game. So,
Good numbers.
I mean, you can't complain about that. But I feel like they're ranked number 20 right now.
That's
I feel
true,
like they
that's
could
true.
be higher if they move the ball a little bit more. I mean, they were unranked last week.
Yeah, just looking at these like highlights, especially the ones that you were pointing out, they were not finding those open guys right away. And then their defense was like they get lazy at times.
Yeah,
it
they
seems,
get.
too.
I mean, on that defensive play, you had 2 people on 1 guy, but it was a 4-on-2
Yeah.
defensive advantage. Like that dunk shouldn't have happened.
All right, what you got some other games coming up after this right now?
Yep.
What do we got still here right here?
Watch this buzzer beater from Grayson Allen. Now this is a great drive, but again, here comes Grayson down the paint. I think there's about 2 seconds left on the clock.
It looks like it right there. Yep.
Yeah, kick it out. I'd kick
guy
it
right-
out to him, wide open, and then drain it. I mean, Grayson, if you can roll it, because Grayson makes this layup because I don't even know how. There should have been a foul call. This play should have never happened because Grayson missed 2 free throws. But roll it, keep rolling it. Like, that's a foul. How do you not call that? But he made the shot. Duke wins. They come back against your team, UNC, and they just killed it the second half in that game.
Yeah, I'll give them that. UNC was lazy that second half.
Duke has won 11 out of the last 14 against UNC.
That is a great play though. Like
That is-
just to be able to put that up off the
I still
bench,
don't know how the ref doesn't blow the
off
whistle.
the
but
off the glass and makes it for the win. Look at that slow motion. Look how many guys are on him like right now. Like,
I still don't,
wow.
I watch that every day, and I still don't know how he made that
Knocking
shot.
off Virginia right there, and we got.
All right, we got Texas and Iowa State.
Go ahead, let's do this.
I don't remember what the first play is.
Here
Okay.
it is though.
Got the big man posting up. Now, that's just great play by a big man.
Little baby hook, you know about
Baby
that.
hook, I was all about the baby hook, even though I only scored like 250 in high school.
Ooh.
But that's just great hustle on the offensive glass.
Yeah, it is.
Probably an offensive foul, but we're just going to leave that. Shush, shush. All right. Now here.
That's a referee.
Oh, yeah. Shut up. This green screen's really hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Here you'll see they're in a zone, 2-3 zone.
Nice.
Iowa State usually doesn't do this. They usually do man. And you'll see great ball movement if you roll it.
Yeah, out of the way a little bit right there.
Roll it. Swing, swing, boom. Wide open. That's exactly what I was talking about with Duke.
He's got some good separation right there for that
Yeah.
easy 3.
And this defender is just confused as all heck. He doesn't know where to go, and that's just perfect.
I feel as though that even if he did come out, the guy over there in the corner is going to be wide
he
open.
would be wide open in the corner. That's just great zone offense right
That
there.
is right. Ball movement beats zones.
Yep. All right, you can roll it. And swack, 3s to the dome, as
Little
Sam Valentine always says.
All right, looks like
All
we
right.
have someone down on the post right
Yeah,
there.
I wanted this to be stopped a little bit sooner, but it's fine. But this is what I was talking about, the extra pass. The guy drove, brought the defender up, and you left the big man wide open in the paint.
Ooh.
He just makes a move if you roll it. Swings it out, extra pass, boom. That's why I wanted to show this clip right after Duke.
Yeah.
Because Iowa State and Texas, both great teams with the extra pass.
Another little baby hook in the middle right there.
I love seeing that, let me tell you.
That's always a great move. Second half highlights right there. This right
I know,
now.
that first half took forever. Alley-oop.
Ooh, that was a nice dunk right there. Maybe a little bit of a push, but gonna let that go.
They let a lot of that stuff. You can ask Celeste. They let a lot of that stuff go. Even
Oh,
though
look,
she fouls
look,
out.
look at that tap. Look at that tap in. Like I don't know if you saw that. That tap in though. That was something that you, I think, done yourself. I'm too short to do that
Nah, I was a
myself.
defensive player. Nice little fader there.
And let's-
Iowa State wins 85-75 against a good team.
And coming up now,
What
we
do
have
now? We
Kansas
have
versus
and
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. This was just a great game all around. But in the first half, as you'll see,
When it pops
if you stop Buddy Hield, Oklahoma doesn't have anything.
I don't have a
And
supporting cast.
they were so scrappy in the first half. If you roll it,
A little pregame.
You'll see how, like, Buddy Hield just messed up, and Kansas ruled the first half.
Ooh, turnovers.
See, bad shot, brick.
Hey, Kansas is one of those teams that knew how to shut Buddy Hield down that game.
Oh, yeah. And they're just a great team. I think they're ranked number 2 right now.
That was a nice shot. Yeah, they're in the top. They're in the top 5 easily.
Yeah,
And
but Buddy Hield starts showing up. Now it's a closer game.
yeah, it is.
But people always question, why isn't Oklahoma in the top 5? And this is why. If you stop Buddy Hield, it's done. They aren't that great of a team otherwise.
Looks like you have no one else. Like all these highlights look like they come from Buddy Hield or like the occasional other player.
They either come from Buddy Hield or an assist from Buddy Hield.
Yeah.
Because he just draws the defenders. But like for the most part, it's just Buddy Hield and that's it.
Kansas making some great plays right there in that 3. Let's see, coming down again.
Like 40 seconds. This was like I watched this game all the way through.
And Kansas did
4-point
knock off
win.
Oklahoma.
Yep.
All right, Wisconsin and Miami.
This is just what you don't do
Maryland,
in basketball.
sorry. Wow, Maryland. Why am I thinking
No,
Miami?
I don't know. Okay, right there. Drew to the defender, pass to the big man, roll it, and you'll get a big dunk. Boom.
Ooh, in the paint right there.
It's amazing how simple this game is.
It
really is.
It's the extra pass.
Yeah, extra pass.
Guys
That's
open
all
right
you
there,
need.
high percentage shot, just
Coach
dunk it home.
Thompson, that's what he taught us. That's what he taught me when I played. Extra pass. Now, this is just what you don't do in basketball. Ready? Oh, I'm blocking it.
Oh,
This is where he smacks his head on the floor. That's just street ball. You leave that on the streets. You don't put that on the court. And if you ask Sam Valentine, he's a freshman. That was the excuse he gave me. He's a freshman. I'm like,
freshman or not, you don't do that.
I'm like, everyone has played basketball probably at least 4 years of high school before they go into D2. You should know better.
Yeah.
There's no excuse.
Pretty sure you never
at
got
all.
into a fight.
Huh?
Pretty sure you never got into a fight.
I can't say that. My
Nothing.
fights were usually backing up players, though.
Yeah. Guy making a drive in the
they're
paint
like,
right there. Let's see, coming off of a screen, open man, right?
Open man.
Extra pass. That's gonna be like our catchphrase for this show.
That is
Extra
gonna be-
pass.
every week, I'm going to be like,
Wisconsin
extra
knocks
pass.
off.
That's all you need.
Wisconsin knocks off Maryland 70-57.
Yeah, Maryland's kind of trash anyway.
Yeah, Sam Valentine.
All right.
All right, so that's all the time we have for all these plays. I want to say thanks to Matthew Smith for helping me out with this. When we come back, we'll be with Dan Zalewski and Celeste Robinson again for our yes or no game. Stay tuned. You're watching On Campus. Welcome back to On Campus. I'm joined with Dan Zalewski. Did I say that right?
No, Zaleski.
Zaleski, sorry. And I'm here again with Celeste Robinson. At least I can say that name, right?
Yeah, I understand. Robinson's a bit easier than Zaleski, but you know, it works.
And I mean,
way.
did you look at her? Did you hear the interview and the stats from the last interview? Come on, how do you not know her name?
Yeah, of course. There's no one on campus that shouldn't know her name at this point.
So this isn't the Celeste interview again. This is yes or no. What I'm going to be doing is my two co-hosts and friends over here are going to be listening to some games that I'm going to be pointing out. And they're going to say, is it worth watching or is it not? So first, let's start off with number 20 Duke versus number 18 Louisville. 12 o'clock ESPN Saturday, yes or no? Celeste?
It's a Duke game, so yeah.
I'm going with Duke, so you have to go with that?
It's a Duke game, so yeah, all right. That seems fair enough. I mean, honestly, it would be interesting to see just because of Duke's, you know, big win against UNC. You know, that I know as a Tar Heels fan, you're kind of hurt on the inside there, Nate. But, I mean, honestly, think about it. It's two ranked teams. I mean, sure, it's not number 1 against number 2. But still, it's two quality ranked teams. They're both getting there. Duke's, you know, started off a bit weak in the season and everything, but this is where they're firing back. This is when they're going to, you know, solidify that March Madness bid. This is when they're going to get, you know, guns blazing and, you know, start to make their big run into going into the NCAA tournament in March. So I think it's going to be one worth watching. It's going to be interesting.
And they've been on a steady incline, so
That's true.
it'll definitely be worthwhile.
They've been making a last season, like a late season push for the March Madness.
Absolutely.
All right, next game we have number 11 Miami versus number 5 North Carolina University. 1 o'clock CBS Saturday. You know what I'll be watching. What are you guys saying?
I'm going to say no matter the game, it's got to be a no because it's at 1 o'clock on a Saturday. And you know what's going on 1 o'clock on Saturday?
Pre-game?
No. Celeste Robinson is going to be out there on the court for Millersville. That's what she's going to be doing. She's going to be out there, you know, earning a double-double, maybe a triple-double. That's what's coming up, right? It's feeling a triple-double coming out this game.
I hope so.
No, but either way, this I think, you know, the same kind of rule applies from what I said before. You know, it's two ranked teams. These are even higher ranked than, you know, initially expected and all that. So I think it would be interesting to see how the Tar Heels will come back from that, you know, last-minute loss against Duke. I mean, I saw the end of that game and everything, you know, Duke and North Carolina. So I think it'll be interesting just to see how they rebound from it. And I mean, not as excited about what's going on in Miami right now, but just to see how the Tar Heels rebound from that loss is going to be an interesting point to see as the game progresses.
Now, Celeste, you will not be watching this because at 1 o'clock Saturday you'll be
Right.
playing. But if you could watch this on the bench, like when you're taking your rest, getting your
Have a little
Gatorade,
phone
water,
right there on
yeah,
the
your little
bench.
phone right off to the side of you, would you watch this game?
I would.
Even though you're a Duke
I
fan?
want to see North Carolina lose, so I'd be rooting against them.
You know, I liked you before because you're from Skook, but I'm starting not to like you anymore.
No,
All right.
seriously.
Okay, just to throw some stats in there, though, it will be interesting because beyond the fact that North Carolina is trying to rebound from their one loss, right now North Carolina is outscoring Miami in points per game by about 7 points. So that's a solid margin of lead there. But Miami is on a 5-game win streak. They're, you know, hot right now. So I think it'd be definitely interesting to see how it plays out. They're really close in shooting percentage right now, so it'll be interesting to see who can maintain that shooting percentage and not falter under pressure.
And 7 points isn't that much if you really think about it.
Yeah.
7 points, that 7-point swing is easy. So.
A couple threes from Celeste Robinson, and the game's already right there. All right, let's go to the great state of Texas. We got number 25 Baylor versus number 24 Texas, 2 o'clock on ESPN Saturday again. Another ranked game, Dan. What do you think? Yes or no?
I mean, of course, you know, the ranked games are interesting. I was kind of a little disappointed in Texas when they didn't knock off Oklahoma because I thought that would have been really nice to see out of the one. I mean, you can talk about Buddy forever. But, I mean, you know, they're really close. Point-wise, they're about 4 points off per game. Points against, they're only 2 points off. So, you know, offensively and defensively, they're very neck and neck. To be honest, looking at the stat line here between the two teams, there is nothing, like the only thing where one team has a big advantage over the other is Baylor, and they have about 10 more assists per game, which will come into play if we're talking about, you know, that extra pass,
there you
as
go.
you brought up earlier. You know, that'll be a big factor going into it, giving more opportunities for Baylor to look into this one. I think it'll be neat to see these two teams kind of go head-to-head and everything. You know, both teams want to remain strong and solidify that March Madness bid.
All right.
Yeah. My money's on Texas, though.
You're picking Texas over Baylor?
Yeah, I am.
All right, so I just want to take a quick break from this for a second. These are the only 3 ranked versus ranked games we have. If you had to pick one to watch, what would you pick? Like, just quickly, who would you watch?
I would say Duke versus Louisville. I mean, besides the fact that's Duke. Besides the fact that's Duke, I mean, Duke's coming off a strong win, and Duke and Louisville both have like a very historic like legacy of being amazing in college basketball. And you see amazing things coming out of these schools. You see amazing players coming out of these schools. And you could all like it's been a long time since, you know, both teams have not been in March Madness.
Yeah.
So I think that both of them will be contenders going into March, so it's worth it to see what they got kind of going on in order to build up to that point.
And if I'm not mistaken, both of them have won the whole thing recently, like within the past, I want to say like 10 years. Like they both at least won it once.
Right.
Yeah, that has that like historic legacy of always being there.
All right, so next game, we got Syracuse Orangemen versus the Pitt Panthers, 2 o'clock ESPN2 on Saturday. Yes or no, is it worth it? Not ranked games, so Celeste, we'll just start with you this time.
I mean, I'm a Syracuse fan, so I definitely would be watching.
Going with the Qs.
Yeah, definitely.
They're in Pittsburgh, so. Dan?
I mean, it's interesting for the fact that, you know, it's a couple local teams and everything. We're not talking about, you know, like West Coast schools that we're not too familiar with. I know they're, you know, being a Penn State fan, Pitt has always been, you know, in talks, you know, growing up in my household.
I'm a little biased. I mean, you know, back in your AAU days, we played a few tournaments out at Syracuse, so I was a little starstruck when I was there. So.
Of course.
So yeah, definitely.
And I mean, again, it's a Saturday at 2 o'clock. We have other things we're going to be watching at that point.
It's a big game. Come out.
Yeah. So we might have our attention shifted up to Pasillo Gym at that point instead of in Pittsburgh at that point. So. Or in Syracuse, rather. I'm sorry, at that point.
Yeah.
So, and either way, you know, it might not be the most exciting game compared to some of the other ones, but I mean, if you're into college basketball, there isn't a game that isn't too exciting.
No, it's always. That's why I like college more than the NBA. You get like that better moment, better atmosphere. So
there's more of a hunger to the game.
There is true.
At a
I agree with
college
that.
level,
And you should know.
Yeah. And
So-
it's more of a team thing. It's less of a showboat kind of thing. It's more of a strategy.
Good point.
Yeah.
We got number 6 Maryland Terrapins versus unranked Michigan Wolverines, 1 o'clock CBS Sunday. This is when Celeste is not playing, the day after. But is it worth it to watch, yes or no?
If your name is Sam Valentine, it's more than certainly yes, because Maryland. And I can talk, you know, I could talk endlessly about how amazing Melo Tremble is and all that stuff.
You sound like Sam right now.
Yeah, I know at this point. But honestly, like looking at the stat line and everything, both teams coming off a loss, trying to obviously get back into and all that. The point per game difference between these teams is 0.2 of a point. Wow. So it is offensively, they're neck and neck. Defensively, they're less than a point off again. So statistically, this should be a very good game. Now, the fact that, you know, Maryland's ranked and has maybe had, you know, stronger schedule at this point and everything might play into their side a little bit, and that's why Michigan's coming into this unranked and all that. But I mean, I think like stat-wise, looking at it, it's going to be a good matchup. I mean, it's Maryland. As a Penn State fan, Maryland's a newfound enemy, but you know, either way, I think it'll be. I mean, if you have nothing else going on Sunday, it's worth a watch, I'd say.
Celeste?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think it'll be a dogfight, like you said. The strength of the schedule for Maryland. I mean, they've been through it, so.
All right, so we're running out of time right now. We're just going to quickly wrap this up. Wisconsin, Illinois is worth it, yes or no? Just one word answer. Dan?
I mean, it's a primetime Big Ten game. I don't see anything wrong with the Big Ten. Yeah.
So it's a yes for you, Celeste?
Wisconsin, they had a good run last year, making a good run this year, so probably. I'd go for it.
And that's all the yes and no's we have. I want to give a thanks to Dan and Celeste for joining me on the panel today for a yes or no. Check out Celeste and Millersville as they go and play Pasillo Gym 1 o'clock on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we
and
play
who
our
are you playing?
rival, Westchester, so definitely come out. And it's Make-A-Wish Day for the guys.
All right, that's all the time we have. I want to thank you for tuning in to MUTV's On Campus, and we'll go ahead and we'll see you next time.